Hey everyone, my name is Álvaro. This is the first episode of AI for Real, which is a podcast brought to you by the LisbonAI conference. Together with me, we have Humberto, my co-host and friend from Rose.com, and our guest, which is Elliot Norrevik, working at Lovable and uh, being only 16 years of age. So it's quite amazing to have you here, Elliot. Thank you. Let's just start this right away. So you're 16 and you have already played chess with DeepMind CEO and met Geoffrey Hinton. So some stuff that not everyone can do. What was the experience of meeting uh, those guys, like such amazing people?
Yeah. Um, so I think I had some. So the story behind this is that back in autumn last year, um, they revealed the Nobel Prizes for the
Mm-hmm.
chemistry and the physics laureates, and I actually had a bet with my grandma on, like, I thought like this is the time that someone in AI wins a Nobel Prize, and I was like, yeah, it's probably gonna be the DeepMind team on AlphaFold, and then like the next day when they revealed the physics prize. Then my grandma actually called me and was like, I hadn't checked it yet, and she called me and was like, oh my god, this is so crazy, like you were right, blah 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 blah. It's like, so then Geoffrey Hinton had won the Nobel Prize in Physics for some work he did back in the 80s. And then the next day, the DeepMind team with David Baker, Demis, and John Jumper, and David Baker there as well, had
Mm-hmm.
won the chemistry prize. So
Yeah,
I was like, uh,
two prizes
this
for
is this
AI.
is a yeah, yeah, but like this is a once in a lifetime moment, like when all these cool people are coming to my hometown, like,
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, I gotta find some way on how to meet them, and therefore I reached. So first I like looked in my contacts. Was there anyone who knew anyone at the Kungliga or the Royal Academy of Sciences?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I wasn't able to find anyone. And then a friend to me was like, you should reach out to some newspaper and tell them um, that you are a junior reporter looking to make a piece on the Nobel Prize laureates. And so I was like, yeah, like let's do anything. Like, so I emailed them and posted as a junior reporter, but I had never done any journalistic thing before,
But
and they
you got the interview.
yes, and I got invited to the press conference then, and I got to interview Geoffrey Hinton and Demis, and Demis. I think I've listened to him a lot before, because I think he is like one of the smartest minds on the world actually. I think he's unique in the way that he is able to look at from different perspectives, and see a lot of a bigger picture than just the technology. Um,
What did you learn from them? Like things that you can't learn on YouTube or read papers or Reddit.
yeah, I think like I think it's like Demis was really happy. Even you could, though, like under hood you could see like the stress, since
Mm-hmm.
he's like no Nobel Prize press conference, uh, but like always staying happy is important, I think. And then with Geoffrey Hinton, he was like, uh, Geoffrey Hinton doesn't care what anybody thinks about him, which I love. So so that was fun.
Okay, let's start from the beginning, from your story. So you were 11 years old when you started playing with Python, and there was probably a moment you realized, okay, I can build cool stuff with this. Uh, what was that moment? And after that, when did you realize that the stuff that you were actually building using Python had some value, like business value?
Yeah. So it started back in school actually.
Mm-hmm.
So we had gotten computers to our school, and
Okay.
everybody everybody wanted to play games on these computers, but they were actually for like schoolwork. Uh, but our school had managed to block all the websites where we could play these games, so we couldn't play them anyways. But then me and a friend find out about this platform called Scratch, where you could like drag and drop your
Mm-hmm.
own and build your own games with like blocks.
Okay.
And it was developed by MIT to learn children how to program. And so me and my friends started building the games in Scratch, and we let the other students play them. And like the feeling of seeing someone like use and become happy of something that I built, like that feeling really stuck with me, and I wanted to like get this feeling again and again. So I started building more stuff and learn how to program through YouTube tutorials
Mm.
in Python then. Um, and
What
then
was like the first big thing that you built with AI? Because then you shifted towards AI, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I discovered AI around a year after AlphaFold was released, or some years. No, what am I saying? AlphaZero.
Mm-hmm.
So AlphaZero is this AI chess engine developed by DeepMind.
Mm-hmm.
And I played a lot of chess as a kid, and so when I saw this was put out, I was like, this is awesome," and like a system that had learned how to be the best chess player in the world, or best chess computer, without looking at any games previously, without any training data. Like if we could apply that to any other field, that would like revolutionize it. So I wanted to get into AI. So I learned how to uh, do more AI stuff and
Mm-hmm.
train my own models. Um, and then when ChatGPT was released, I saw like now someone is now AI is actually starting to get useful, um, like the neural network model at least.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wanted to build something with ChatGPT, and I knew that this was gonna like change how everybody do knowledge work, and eventually everything, hopefully. And so, or not, but so so I wanted to build something around that. Um, and I learned how to do build products in JavaScript and TypeScript, and
Mm-hmm.
built my first wrapper around ChatGPT, which was a like customer service support agent for e-commerce brands. Um, and I yeah, that's I think that was my first like big project that people actually used, kind of.
Was it Roster AI?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Can you?
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
go ahead. Alex.
maybe we jump a little bit now to roster.
Yeah.
So you were at a very young age. You were serving like super big clients, right? Clients with revenue in the many millions. It's really not a side business for a kid. It's a real business. So apart from the looks or someone looking at your ID, you were a real business providing a real service. But how does that come to be when actually your clients would know that you were actually 14, you were actually much much younger. Did that affect anything? Was that a net positive? Was that just more questions and more enthusiasm?
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of a funny thing, yeah. So yeah, I built Roaster AI, which was the customer service agent, and I started yeah, so I got pretty big customers with that product, and like being just what I was like 14, 15 back then, I think that actually like was a benefit to me, because like these people, like everybody was afraid of AI, like yeah, they didn't know what to do. Everybody wanted to be like, I want to use AI because I've heard like you should use it, but they had no idea what to use it for. So me coming in as a young person, they were like, oh, this is a young person, he will know AI, so and he sells this product, so we gonna trust him. And I think they were very enthusiastic about that.
So you were kind of like a middle. So the AI was a couple of years old. You were, maybe 2 decades, almost 2 decades old, and so you were kind of like you're kind of like a middle between a real established business, like it's old. I don't want to bet fully eyes closed on a technology that is 1 year old, but then this kid seems to have figured it out, and yeah, it certainly makes sense that the the younger the person, the more the newer technology you can master and the more confidence you can master over new technology, whether it's AI or AR. Makes perfect sense. And then now, fast forward a little bit, and you're at Lovable, this company that almost everyone in the world has heard. But if you guys have not heard, Lovable is this amazing builder on the web that scaled very fast. They iterated some version, but eventually they landed at a very successful thing that exploded, and people can build websites and software there, and it's gotten better and better. What is the difference between operating your business and now being at a business that is very much very visible, almost geopolitically so? I've already seen online some discussion between what is the best one. Is it the European one? Is it the US one? So what is the difference between operating your small business and then jumping on board one of these rocket ships?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. So I think like operating my own business, it was like you had to do everything. You had to do the outreach, the like um, posting on LinkedIn, like to get customers, or Twitter, and I think I just kind of more wanted to build, um, and like I I didn't really want to do like the more sales part, back then at least. So then I was like I wanted to like build instead. So I joined Lovable, um, and here like I think I joined Lovable mostly to learn, and to like be a part of this like huge company, that is Lovable, or eventually huge. Now we yeah, it's pretty big, yeah, it's good growth. But yeah, so the difference is like uh now I focus on a few things and doing a few things like really great. And back then it was like I had to do like a lot of things, but they were like pretty mid. So I would, yeah.
It makes sense. So if we divide this on a 2 by 2 matrix, where one is build and the other one is just observe and be there part of the experience, you now get a lot more focused building. And then on the general building the company parts, you don't execute any of those, which gives you more space to just learn about it all, right? So you actually get into meetings with people who are selling, even though you don't have to necessarily sell yourself. So you're learning how they do it and absorbing that. I think it makes sense. I think it must be pretty fun. Must be pretty fun. Pretty jealous there. And and if you don't mind me jumping again, because I think that this is everyone's question, is like, what is the technical stack of an Elliot in 2025? So what kinds of tools do you use? What are you excited about? And maybe if you can split a little bit between what you use every day and what are some things which you experiment a little bit with.
Yeah, it's a fun question. So, like my favorite tool, uh, right now is Claude, and so I use Claude like a lot, both for coding, but also for general like discussions. So I really like Claude, and I think one thing that I am excited about right now is this like Claude Code, like the coding agent in your terminal, which kind of it executes and executes commands and uses tools really good. It's really good at using those tools, and it also is a good coder, so you can ask it to do like any problem, and it executes and does that. I think
So
that's
Claude's a
good.
major one, and you like it because you split in there between coding and some kind of business-like or technical objectives, but also for discussion. So I'm thinking you're using Claude to win some WhatsApp arguments with discussions. But then also you like it because it uses tools very well. Not only is it a good coder, because it also uses terminal, a bunch of other things, GitHub, etc., yada yada yada, super well. Any other tools which you use like every day, or which you like to use every day?
Mm, yeah, so um, I think there is like obviously one thing that has grown like pretty like rapidly in usage and like attention recently is like the MCP, which is the Model Context Protocol, um, which you integrate different services and tools to your agent. So, for example, in Cloud Desktop or in the Cursor, in Cursor you like integrate an MCP tool, and the AI can execute tool calls um, and integrate to other services. And I think that's pretty exciting to see what comes out of that.
Awesome. And what is the take on that? So it seems like you're using the heavy guns, so the newest tools, but which are technically and considered by many to be, the new standards, Claude
Mm.
and maybe Cursor, maybe ChatGPT, like, but a bunch of technical stuff that is, quite well known, quite well distributed, quite safe. Any tool which you are missing, which you feel like doesn't exist yet, or which isn't good enough, or it's like it's fun, but it's not really what I needed?
Mm. Yeah, I think that's one thing I've realized I wanted recently is also related to the model context protocol. So it would be technically possible and feasible to build like a search, and I call it Google for MCP. So you ask like your AI anything, and it searches and is able to find a tool that does what you want, um, and executes on that tool. Uh, so I would like that process should be like, you should not worry about MCP. It should just be like directly integrated. So
Yeah.
I would really want something like that.
And why do you think that doesn't exist? Someone has not created aggregator, this marketplace, or is it an API problem that people still have to build? Their APIs are not mature enough to be accessed like that. Like, there's a bunch of things that you expect to be solved. Like, in retrospect, you two didn't witness this, but when I was your age, people used to talk about Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi was going to solve everything because everyone was going to share passwords, and you would leave and hop on different clouds and in different Wi-Fi networks, and you never again have to use a cell network. That obviously did not happen because people do not share their Wi-Fi passwords. There is not a global mesh, so to speak, and so it didn't really pan out for maybe social, maybe business, maybe technical reasons. Why do you think that this hasn't happened? Is there something preventing us, or just no one has invented this mega MCP abstraction with a marketplace on top?
Yeah, I think that as you mentioned, I think that the technology is too immature, and like there is no marketplace yet, because but I know people who are building that. So I think we'll see that pretty soon. Hopefully.
Awesome.
We'll see that.
Well, it's great to know. This is the best part of working in technology to me, is that even though things don't exist, you always know someone who's trying to build it, right? This is the best thing. You go to these meetings and you get excited because someone else is building that and someone else is building that. I think that it's amazing. It's amazing, and thanks for your take. Yeah.
Let me just jump here. So you said that you like building more than the business stuff. So probably you have some side projects that you are trying to build right now, even though you are working at Lovable. What are those side projects? What are the problems that you are trying to solve with AI?
Yeah. Yeah. So right now it's I have built pretty like really small stuff to help my own like process be smoother. But yeah, what did I work on recently? Yeah, so I recently built like a thing where you can like control your mouse and click using your hands like this. So you'd like you use your camera and you can like move your hands and the mouse follows, and you press like this and it clicks, which that was pretty fun to build. Yeah.
So you're trying like different models, computer vision, text models, everything all together. That's cool.
Exactly.
What are like the biggest problems that you want to work 10 years from now? So you are 16 now. When you are 26, what would you like to be working on?
Yeah, I think one thing that is people are missing is that the field of robotics is people at the frontier are very much I would say in the mud, and they don't look up from a bigger perspective and see what they're actually doing. So they are experiencing like so before around 2000, so before like around 2012, there was a team of Geoffrey Hinton, Ilya Sutskever, and Alex Kryshikov, and they built they were the first one to train a neural network on GPUs to do image classification, and they did this for a competition called ImageNet, and they outperformed everyone, because they were the first one to use a neural network on a GPU, and the problem with previous models in that competition was that they tried to make the AI or the
machine
model.
learning algorithms. Yeah.
Yeah, and they try to like mark out the different pieces. They try to do everything like so manually, and which didn't work because then the model doesn't generalize, and it's like it's very bad. But while ImageNet or the Geoffrey Hinton team, they try to do more like how human vision works. And I think that robotics is experiencing a very similar situation right now.
Okay. Cool. I think that's probably the best big revolution that we'll have, because it's like, I mean, we made computers intelligent. Now we have to make them act on our world. Okay, so let's start closing this. What do you think is going to be different from your generation that grew up using AI and all of these platforms and learning to code at 11 from my generation and from Humberto's generation?
Yeah, so I think like in the future, like everybody will be able to or everybody will like build software, or even like software will be built for them almost. Like it would not be like, oh, I really want this tool, like, but I'm not able to do anything about it. It will be like, oh, hi, like AI assistant, I want this tool. And then it's like, then it builds it for you, and it's like super seamless experience, and like people won't even think about code anymore, I think.
Okay.
Awesome. I also have one more question, which is, as we understand it, you're still, part a young person, part a successful career person in the AI world, and also an entrepreneur yourself. How would you design a new education system to better serve people who want to embark on these journeys, right? Not necessarily on your specific journey, but where do you think that the system started to become less attractive to you and not enable you to manage, your time well, because you still have all of these commitments as a younger person, but also you want to experiment the other stuff. So how do you think that we should change the education system? Maybe the easier stuff first, because everything can be rebuilt, but how would you do it?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think the biggest issue I had was in school was that they treated everyone the same. So they were like, they had this normal distribution of people, and like they put themselves here, and like they treated everyone like they were average, but like nobody is kind of average. So I think uh, uh, nobody kind of likes that kind of treatment. And if you're really an outlier, then it's gonna be horrible. um, and I think to rebuild our education system, you would need to build an education system that is built for the individual. And I think that AI will enable that to let us rebuild our education system that is for people, and treats students as actual humans and individuals. And like to do that, I think it's hard, and it's kind of hard to come up with any like practical ideas, but I think it will be possible in the next few years.
So
We
if
just
I
gotta do it.
so if I can put a little bit of text into your mouth, you think that just like in AI, all these individuals, this mass personalization of education needs maybe also a little bit of AI to be an intermediary, but also keep specialized things for each person, right? So if you like programming, you'll have access to programming, and maybe you're going to be in contact with a teacher or an educator who is good at programming, but other people will do pottery, other will do music, and so you will be able to not only shorten things with AI, but also connect people longer distances to the experts. Yeah, this long tail, I think makes a lot of sense. I think makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Distribution,
like...
it seems, is really the missing component. One of the coolest things you said, if you don't mind me complimenting you, was in the beginning when you were starting to build games with Scratch, and you were like, and then we were showing each other. Because I think a lot of people started out programming early doing games. Like me and my generation, we were doing Quick Basic in the 90s. Right, but then we couldn't show anybody, right? So you'd have to invite your friends over and then pull up the program and show them. So it was like kind of like you build something and then 5 people saw it. And maybe with Scratch, you can do it more. Maybe with education, this new type of education, you can have one of these programs that then can serve thousands of people. I think that this is bad. Sorry, Álvaro, I cut you off.
Yeah, but I was just saying that's how like companies operate. You want a better Netflix experience, you create a model for that person. So why not do that in education? Each student has its own custom education model. So that was not scalable until now that we have the tools. That's a great take. Well, thank you, Elliot. I think our time is up. Thanks a lot for coming and sharing your ideas and your experience. If you want to have more updates on this, make sure to follow LisbonAI on Twitter and on all the other platforms. And see you on the next one. Bye.
So this has been super fun. Yeah. Thanks, Álvaro, for organizing.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Let's go, guys. Okay, bye-bye.
Yep. Right.